What up, what up, what up? I'm gonna try to make this real short and sweet because I got some rice boiling. But let's see, the topic for today, I'm probably gonna kind of freestyle this. The last topics I had, I kind of wrote them down before I jumped into it. But this time I'm just jump into this one. Being nice. Being nice. What I've come to find in this world is that, well, at least when I was growing up, they have this thing called being nice, you know, which to me boils down to like a cultural society thing more so than a personal thing, because your view of being nice might be very different from someone else's version of being nice. So I feel like this, okay, so let's give some examples of what I mean by being nice. What I mean by being nice is like taking someone else into consideration. Now, I feel like a lot of times in this society, in this Western society, especially in America, there's a lot of like things we just do, or do's or don'ts, that everybody just kind of has agreed on. So like, you know, people don't do it anymore, but I'm just gonna think of some things at the top of the head. Like the first thing that come to mind, like, you know, hold the door open for somebody, you know, or you know, just considerate actions. But I've realized in life that this whole topic on being nice is more so like I want to be viewed in a certain way. I want to be looked at in a certain light. I might not necessarily really agree with, you know, what I'm putting out, but I'm taking my external world into consideration. And I feel like you got to be very careful with this like being nice thing, because at the end of the day, everything is a give and take. When you say yes to one thing, you say no to another thing. I like to break, I'm a very, I like to break things down in all types of forms, because I know a lot of people don't really mess with the metaphysical things sometimes. But this might not be the video for you. But I do believe that, yeah, we can still agree on everything is a give and a take. You ain't got to be spiritual to agree on that. You know, if any energy that you put out is energy loss. And even on a scientific level. And so, you know, potential energy, kinetic energy, and that just doesn't go to like, you know, mechanisms. That goes into anything. Anything that you put out there, you are now exerting energy. And so I feel like there's nothing wrong with, you know, this being nice or taking other people into consideration, but always understand, always boil it down to the why am I doing this, and what are my pure intentions of doing this? You know, am I being nice to manipulate someone? You know what I mean? Like, I can smile, but that just means I know when to put on a smile. That doesn't always mean that I might, you know, genuinely want to smile. You know what I mean? Like, we have kind of trained ourselves to participate in actions that we, you know, ain't really us. It's just kind of like an automated, like, okay, I'm supposed to do this at this time. Okay, boss coming through. You know what I mean? Or like, just all the little things we do that aren't really 100 authentically ourselves. I really feel like it should be carefully looked at, and because at the end of the day, to me, it's all about living your authentic self. That doesn't mean not taking people into consideration or not thinking about others, but I never want to, like, I don't want a forced smile. You know, I don't want anybody to love me that don't really love me. And I really feel like in my time being on this earth, I've seen it where like it can even get confusing sometimes, because like you can like, we get so used to acting, to me, in this world. We get so used to playing a part that sometimes we even forget when we're playing a part, and that's not even really us. And you know, that's a process of life. It is what it is. But to me, it's always boiling down, in what moments am I really being, you know, my authentic self? At least I do that. Like, I know when, okay, I'm kind of taking this person in consideration, so I'm not going to kind of like, I might not go as hard as I usually would on a conversation, just because, okay, I know this person might be sensitive. So I might need to chill out. I need to calm down. I don't need to be that lit. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with doing things like that. But at the same time, though, you should always be able to comfortably and fully express yourself in a balanced manner, so that, and this is speaking from experience, so that way you can be received well. So like I said, there's nothing wrong with being nice. There's no wrong with taking people consideration, but don't be too nice. Don't get too nice to the point where it's like, well, I'm just doing this for others, but I'm not getting anything back in return. You hitting her up and she ain't never responding to you. To the women, you hitting him up and he ain't never responding to you. Like, okay, we got this be a nice thing, or like, okay, I did this for her because it was a nice thing to do, or I did this for him because it was a nice thing to do. But then you look back on it and then what? You feel used and abused. You feel like you've been taken for granted. So then you really got to think about it like, okay, what is this really being nice thing? What is this really consideration? Because I really feel like there is a limit, a lot of times when you're doing something nice, you're kind of sacrificing yourself so that someone else can, shine, or someone else can, feel better. But at the same time, I feel like you have to remember that you should be replenished. Like, what you need, if they got love language. So whatever your love language is like, is that being fulfilled? Or like, the things that you want in life when you're dealing with this person. Yeah, you're being nice and you're taking them into consideration, but are they taking you into consideration? Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's sad to kind of say this, but I do feel like with certain relationships and just certain dynamics in this world, it kind of should be a point system, kind of. Like, it should be kind of some like measuring system where it's like, because I've gotten this a lot of times in relationships where it's like I put myself on the chopping block. I've gotten this. I remember I've been in relationships and we'll get into an argument and then I'll start naming the things I've done. And to me, that wasn't like, a lot of people from what I found looked at that as like, oh, you're like showing them that you really didn't want to do that. But to me, no, I was doing that because it was an investment into our relationship. It was an investment to show you like I'm buying and doing these things to show that like I care about you, to show that like, even me, for instance, if I was to get into an argument with one of my friends, I'm not going to be so quick to cut them off. I'm going to think back and look and be like, okay, we might be upset right now. We might be getting into it right now. But let me think of some times when this person has had my back. Let me think of some times when this person has been there for me. You know what I'm saying? Taking people into consideration. We all can do whatever the fuck we want. But I still do think it's a very, careful balance on what my needs are and what the other person's needs is. And anytime you feel like, okay, I've been with this person for a minute, or I've been anything, not even just a relationship, just anything. Like you got a pet and you've been training and spending thousands of dollars on this animal, and this animal still bites you. It still growls at you. Like, it's time to get rid of the animal. Like, we really gotta like balance out how much we give. Because even if you like to be a giving person, how are you going to give out more if people and things keep taking from you? Even if you like to be a giving person, even if you like to show affection, even if you like to, make people feel loved, are you getting that energy back? Because if you're not getting that energy back, you're going to feel used and abused. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how Christian you are. I don't give a fuck what your background is. You are naturally going to feel like something was taken away from you just because it wasn't equally matched. I feel like we can all agree on that. So, yeah, that's it. Y'all have a blessed one. Be easy.